Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Check 1, 2. It's a check 1, 2. It's a Wednesday. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. Welcome back to the Villain Report, where kneecaps get bitten, narratives get shredded, and the Detroit 313 Sports, well, they get the spotlight that they deserve. And I'm your host, Russell Wayne, the voice of vengeance, the mouth of the Motor City Madness, and your unapologetic villain of the 313. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the villain hit list. We will discuss some of my list of guys that need to get better during the home opener this Sunday at Ford Field against the Chicago Bears. The Bears. Detroit, the Villain Squad is 78,000 strong on Facebook and climbing fast. Help us storm the 100,000 over there. Hit that follow button. And are you on YouTube? We're chasing the first 1,000 subscribers on there. Smash that subscribe button. Use that link that I just threw into the comments right there. Hit that subscribe button at 313 Villain Squad on YouTube, Facebook, X, TikTok, wherever you scroll, the villain rolls. Connect with me on all platforms and be part of the takeover, because it's faith, family, and football, and the 313 Villain Squad is taking over the sport world one fan at a time. And this episode is brought to you by Fanatics.com. Yeah, that's right. If you're rocking with the 313, if you bleed Honolulu blue, then you need to gear up like the real one over at Fanatics, our official merch partner. I'm talking official Lions jerseys, blackout hoodies, throwback Tigers gear, WWE gear, Red Wings drip so icy it should come with a Zamboni. So here's what you do. You click that link in the description or hit that pinned comment. Use the special link, save up to 25% off of your order. Every click supports the channel, the page, and lets the world know that Detroit fans do it bigger. Detroit fans do it better. And the Villain Squad doesn't do knockoffs. We do official. We do Fanatics. Get yours. The unapologetic villain of the 313 is in the house, and we're going to do the hit list. Why not do the hit list? You know, we have something to complain about, and even if we won the game, the villain still wants to do the hit list. Who's on your hit list from Sunday's game against the Green Bay Packers? Who's on your hit list? I want to hear from you. I want to give you a chance to go in there and vent your frustrations. But I also want to caution everybody, you know, not to get too overreaction when it comes to all of this stuff. But who is on your hit list? I mean, I think I put the main ones right there. I'm going to go say hello to everybody.
Say hello to my little friend.
That is in here right off the bat. I can always count on Rick C. What's up, buddy?
You like that?
Davey in the house. Becca.
You like that?
Davey and Becca. What's up, Davey? What's up, Becca?
You like that?
Becca is saying hello to the beautiful people in the morning. And I think that anybody that wants to talk Lions football, 10 o'clock in the morning, you're beautiful people. All of you beautiful football minds that give my life purpose. Thank you. Thank you. That's a long list. That's a long list. That's what Rick C says. I don't know if it's as long as we think that it is, man. I spent some time this morning looking at that game again, and I saw some encouraging things. I was talking about this last night on the Johnny Gaz show, which, by the way, Johnny Gaz, thank you. I want to put a shout out to you right there, Johnny Gaz, on YouTube. Does great work. A person that loves to get the news. You got to see his 3-minute drills. I mean, he gives it straight every single day. Gives you a minute. I get to be part of some of those by our work that we do on Tuesday nights at 9:30. You can check him out. Does phenomenal work. I love it. He's way more professional than me. But I'm glad that I don't have to be too professional when it comes down with that. But who's on your hit list? I watched the game again, and I was encouraged by a couple of things. You know, they came out, the Packers did, and then they scored on the first drive. The defense, you know, even though they gave up 27 points, there were some things that were good about the defense. So I'm not going to put I'll put the third down defense on my hit list. Third down defense. But when Dan Campbell talks about how it's not as bad as it seems, I think that this is what he's talking about. Yeah, when you got to fix some things from week to week, they definitely got to fix some things. But defensively, they were really, really good on first and second down and stopping the run. I mean, you can't take that away from them. It was the third down. They put Green Bay Packers into a lot of third and long situations. So when he says they got to fix some things, you got to fix that third down defense. And I think a lot of that has to do with two people that would be on my hit list. And by the way, the hit list is not somebody that you want gone. It's not like I'm just talking about the people that can make a huge difference in making this team almost do a 180 in 1 week against of the Chicago Bears. So Marcus Davenport and Aiden Hutchinson on defense. You can make all the difference in the world. All the difference in the world. The defense was giving you looks of 3rd and 7, 3rd and 10, putting them behind the sticks a lot. And you got to take advantage of that. You know, Jordan Love was doing a lot of things where he was just getting rid of the ball fast. That's how you beat a team that gets after the pass, gets after the passer well. So the defense, from an encouragement standpoint, in my opinion, looked really good on first and second down. You got to fix that third down defense. You got to get after the passer. That's why I put this on Aiden Hutchinson and Davenport, because I have no doubt in my mind that the Lions are going to continue to be good against the run against DeAndre Swift. I don't think that their running game in Chicago is anywhere near as good as the Green Bay Packers. And the Lions were able to shut down that run game. So you have to get better on third down, and I think that Aiden Hutchinson and Marcus Davenport can just make a huge difference. You know, get home on a couple of those third downs. I'm not saying that you're going to stop every third down, but on that first drive, they took them to third and medium to long 4 times. You had 4 opportunities to get off the field. And outside of that, You know, they only giving up 17 points. I kept on thinking when I was rewatching this game, gosh, Green Bay should have scored 50 points. I mean, it was the offense that was putting them in these awful positions. So let me see who we got on our hit list so far. All 53. All 53. I get that. But the villain tries to get in here and, you know, diagnose the problem on this hit list Wednesday. And if you guys don't like this hit list, that's fine. I just want to have themes every day of the week. I got PFF Tuesdays. We got our overreaction Mondays. On Wednesdays, I was thinking that the villain hit list would be here. It also gives you an opportunity to put your own hit list out there. You know what I'm saying? I want to give you an opportunity to vent, you know, on the specific. I mean, the Lions just got smacked around. For the first time in years, Green Bay came out swinging and Detroit, you know, walked away looking dazed. It's your turn, Villain Squad. This is your therapy couch session. Drop your rants and overreactions, your bold predictions. Is this just one ugly loss in September or a sign of bigger problems? Let it out. The villain's listening. The villain's listening. Put it in there. Don't be scared. You can do it. Jimmy Hoffa. Jimmy Hoffa, it's nice to see you. I love to see all of the Packer fans come out of witness protection after a win. I know that you've been hiding. I know that you guys been hiding in the shadows like Gollum from Lord of the Rings. You don't want to come out and face the music, but you won. Welcome back. It's the real world, Packer fans. You can walk around and do things. You don't have to hide in your shanties anymore. That's the biggest difference between Lion fans and Packer fans. Lion fan, I'm here on Monday. I took my lumps. I let those Packer fans abuse me on Monday. Half of them I didn't even know who they were. I at least know who Jimmy Hoffa is. He at least drops in every once in a while to give me a go Paco. And I appreciate that. I appreciate good fans more than you know. You know, that's why I'm trying to toughen up some of these Lion fans. Act like you've been there before. And when I say been there before, I'm talking about losing. Don't lose a game and act like you don't know how to lose. If the Lions know how to do anything, it's lose. For years, we lost. Quit crying about it. Dust yourself up. Move on. Move on with it. It's faith, family, then football here. I believe that. I got my church shirt on. NTC Church. Shout out. Corner of Bristol and Belsey Road in Burton, Michigan. It's faith, family, and then football. We use football. Don't let football use us. Don't turn into a butthole when they lose. Go spend some time with your family. Bring some smiles out there. Football isn't everything. That's the thing that you can remember during a loss. It's okay. It's like you can always differentiate the new Lion fans from the old Lion fans because the new Lion fans all freak out. They feel like they're entitled to wins because we've been winning a lot. The old school Lion fans, like this one who went through 0-16 every single painful game, made sure I watched every ugly second because I told myself that because I'm the fan and I'm going to make myself go through it. So I appreciate it when they do win. And I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. So chill out on the one. I mean, it's okay. The ones that went through that, none of those guys are freaking out. None of those Lions fans are freaking out. They're like, one loss. What do you know about losing? We know a lot about that. That's why I think that we don't go into witness protection like Packer fans do when they lose. Shoot, they didn't even lose and they went into witness protection. They won 11 games last year. But they beat the Lions one time. Here they come. Chirp, 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 chirp. Coming out of the woodworks. I haven't seen you in a while. Must be that Green Bay sun. Feels like it's winter all the time. Oh, that's right. Rick C., you lived in Burton for 20 years? I'm sorry. We're trying to get it better up here, man. We're trying to make this a better place. Change our surroundings. Instead of moving to a place that has better surroundings, we're trying to change our surroundings here, Rick. So, Detroit Fan Man says, but as an old school QB of the division, we can lose a game like that against that team, though. We can't lose a game like that against that team, though. I mean, what do you want me to do with that, Detroit Fan Man? What do you want me to do with that? You want me to cry about it? Do you want me to give you the negative spin, the negative Nancy? Oh my gosh, we can't lose to that team. Now it's over. No, I'm not going to cry about it. I don't think that the team's going to cry about it either. Get up, dust yourself off. It's going to be okay. Got punched in the mouth. But it wasn't as bad as like watching a team that doesn't know what they're doing. I mean, you're watching that like if you think that Chicago team is going to come in here and beat us after watching their game and then watching our game, and just because we got our ass kicked, if you can look at both of those games and go, yeah, that Chicago team's better than us right now, you're crazy. They had procedural penalty. They don't even know how to run their offense yet. They got guys that are just confused that are out there. I mean, I think the crux of our problems are easily fixable. It's called, hey, rookies, settle down. Young players, settle down. They got overwhelmed in Lambeau Field. Lambeau Field was fired up, man. Could you imagine how hostile that environment was? So I'm not going to blame some young players for getting overwhelmed in that. As a matter of fact, I would use it as a learning tool. God, you can use that as a teaching tool all day long, especially with young players. I mean, offensively, you know, a lot of that can just be fixed by having the interior just play better. And it's not going to take much to have them play better. I think they will be very ready. And on defensively, like I said, man, the Lions were really good on first and second down. They were able to contain the run. And that is the beginning of every great defense. Every great defense that is out there. The best defenses in the NFL, the first thing that they say every single time. Well, we got to stop the run. We got to stop the run. We got to earn our right to rush the passer. And the fact that our pass rushers need to be better makes me feel good about our chances because I believe in our pass rushers. You know, maybe there was some of the injury thing going on and they just needed to feel the confidence of their legs being under them. Both of them. Marcus Davenport hasn't been healthy in 3 years. So I think that may have some kind of mental thing, but that's not going to last long as they start trusting their bodies more. I have no doubt in my mind that Aiden Hutchinson is going to get better. So if you're really, really good at stopping people on first and second down and you're stopping the run, that usually is passage that says, all right, you earned the right to rush the passer. And believe it or not, in that Green Bay Packer game, the Lions did earn the right to rush the passer. And the best players, for all of the people that are out there that are like, why didn't you go out and get a pass rusher? Well, you're feeling pretty justified at this point. Because the Lions gave the pass rushers in that game all day long chances to rush the passer. They did. 3rd and long, 3rd and long, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8. You got to get off the field. Not on every single one. They're going to complete some stuff. They're going to get some third downs. But when you got them in 3rd and 7, 3rd and 9, you are in advantage. So when it comes to the defense, the guys that I put on notice, the guys that are on the villain hit list are our best players, Marcus Davenport and Aiden Hutchinson. And anybody who goes after the passer to get off the field on 3rd down, that is my hit list. And I don't even know if it's the coordinators that didn't have us ready to play football. I don't know if I buy that either. The players got to make the plays. On the offensive side, Tate Ratledge and Christian Mahogany and Graham Glasgow right in the middle of that defense. You can't, it doesn't matter. You could have the greatest offensive coordinator in the history of coordinators. If Ben Johnson was leading this team right now, if Ben Johnson was still our offensive coordinator, the Green Bay Packers would have did the exact same thing against us. I believe that in my heart of hearts because of those 3 men that you're looking at on the screen right now had awful games, all 3 of them, in one way or another. So, if anything, this is more on Hank Fraley than this is John Morton. Hank Fraley's got the job, the workload. John Morton got us in the red zone 4 times, okay? When you get into the red zone, you got to score touchdowns. And when the offensive line breaks down like that, you can't, I can't blame that on you can blame that on the coordinator. That's fine. I don't agree with that take. I think it's more on Hank Fraley. I mean, Goff completed 31 passes. And before you call him Captain Checkdown, nobody has any problem with the checkdown when Jahmyr Gibbs or David Montgomery or Amon-Ra St. Brown or Jameson Williams break the first tackle. We got playmakers. I don't want Goff taking chances and throwing the ball downfield unless it's open. The way that I look at it is the offense did not earn the right to throw the ball downfield. Not against Green Bay. Do we got any football nerds that are out there? Green Bay plays in that cover too. They got 2 deep safeties. They don't let things get behind them. They don't let offenses get behind them. So when you want to beat that, you have to earn the right. That means that when you're throwing those checkdowns, you do have to break the tackle every once in a while and move the chains. Then you're still throwing it underneath. Move the chains. And if you move the chains enough time, that cover 2, you have to bring one of them safeties up to the line of scrimmage to make sure you get help on those checkdowns. And when they do that, that's when you earn the right to throw the ball downfield. That's when you earn that right to use Jameson Williams' speed or whoever's running that deep route. That's just stylistically the way that Green Bay plays. Some people come right up on the line of scrimmage right away, try to knock you off the ball. But Green Bay tackled well. They need credit for that. That's what I mean. When you throw those short, those passes to the running backs underneath, that's not Goff just being a check down merchant. They're trying to set stuff up. And Green Bay really didn't take the deep ball away. They just played that style. They forced us into that. We didn't earn the right to throw the deep ball. That's the way that I look at it. And I think that we're saying the same thing, Charles, because Green Bay really does take the deep ball away, but that's what cover 2 does. You got those safeties back, and you're not letting wide receivers get behind you. That's like the most important thing in their defense. And there it is. Rick agrees with me. Glasgow play center weakens the entire offensive line. We have inexperienced guards on both sides of them. Not a good position for Goff, Gibbs, or Monty. It is. They got to be better. They got to be better. Or a change has to be made right now. I mean, if they have to put Coyote in there on one of the sides to get more experience, and then they can do it. They do have options right now, Rick. And the fact that they still believe in the young players tells me something. I mean, get those nerves out of the way. That was Tate Ratledge's first game, and like I said, man, that was probably the most hostile environment he's going to see all year. I mean, I don't know if you're going to get a better away crowd all year. I mean, think about it. Green Bay, they already have hype coming into the season. You make it a rivalry game, right? You make a rivalry game from a bunch of hungry football fans that haven't had real football, in like 6 months. And then on top of that, 1 week before you play said game, your team goes out and trades for one of the most dynamic defenders in the National Football League. You put that all into a bowl, you show up at Lambeau Field, you're talking about a very fired up crowd. So I think some of the mistakes that were happening between Glasgow and Ratledge, and Glasgow overall actually had the best game. You know, he actually graded out at over 70 on PFF. So I think the guards did such a bad job that it just brought down the whole tribe. So no, they can't play like that, but I don't think they're going to play like that, Rick. I don't think that that's going to continue like that. You know, they were talking about things like when you go up to the line and Goff wants to switch the play, if even just one of the offensive linemen, you know, don't hear that call correctly when they're changing the play, then it screws up the whole play. And, you know, give the Green Bay crowd credit. They made it hard. They didn't sell their tickets to Lion fans this time. There was no Lions takeover. There were some Lion fans. I mean, there's no way that you're not going to be able to sell. You can't just like not sell the tickets to people and no Lion fans are going to show up. There's no way that you could police that all the way. But there was definitely not nearly as much Lions presence as there was in years past there. So the fan man says, I don't know if it's just Glasgow isn't able to play anymore to the standard or if Glasgow looks so bad trying to make up for the rookies on both sides. I think that Glasgow got blamed for some of the stuff that made it really look like it was Glasgow. Because Glasgow, according to PFF, I'm not saying PFF is the end-all, be-all, but it does kind of tell the story within the story. Glasgow, according to PFF, was a decent pass blocker during the game, but where he failed was at run blocking. They did not move anybody out of the way. So, it is. Williams calling me out. He says, Villain, I think that you're just trying to find a silver lining by covering up how terrible that game. I'm not trying to cover up anything. I don't know where you get that from. Now, am I going to freak out because these guys played bad? These guys played awful. If these three guys, to Williams' point, which is I think what he wants me to say here, if these three guys continue to play the way that they played, the Lions are going to lose 10 games. 10 plus games. They're not going to be able to function if these three guys don't play better. I get that. Now, if I'm trying to find a silver lining, I find a silver lining on the defense. Our defense has plenty of silver lining. Like I said, the team, I mean, you go back and look at the stats. It isn't me being a homer or anything, William, but go back and look at the stats on defense, and you'll know that the Lions were very good at stopping the run. They were very good on first and second down. And in that second half, there were some fortunate things that happened for Green Bay that could have changed the complexion of the entire game. At 17-6, getting a pick six that were taken away by some penalties. And I'm not saying that they weren't penalties. Those were actually penalties. The Aiden Hutchinson thing was kind of a soft penalty. If that was the only penalty and that was what took it away, I might be on here bitching about that, if that was the only one. But Rock Ya-Sin held him. Took away a touchdown. And actually, the play right before that, Alex Anzalone dropped the interception right in his hand. So I'm encouraged about the defense. I'm encouraged about the defense because the defense just needs to get better at rushing the passer. And we do still have our two best pass rushers. So it's about our best players stepping up and being good players. So I'm not worried about Hutchinson coming back and playing a good game. So I'm feeling good about that. But offensively, this is a lot more concerning because I think they will get it together. But it's just a matter of when. When will they get it together? Is it going to take 7 weeks like it did when Ben Johnson started as offensive coordinator? Is it going to take 7 weeks for them to hit? Or is it never going to hit because these guys aren't good enough? I mean, I think that's what Williams trying to say there. So the Lions got to get better on third down. The Lions got to get better on third down. Like, if you can watch the games, like when it comes to Chicago, right? The difference between Chicago and Green Bay is Green Bay is actually good. Like when you watch the Chicago game, if you looked at the Chicago game and think that by watching that Chicago game that the Lions are in trouble, I don't know what you're watching. They had procedural penalties. They looked out of sync. They looked like half of the team isn't on the same page yet. And Green Bay has their shit together. I mean, Green Bay was so good in that game that you had to play perfectly in order to try to even stay in that game. So the Lions got to make some tweaks. When Dan Campbell says they just got to make some tweaks, yeah, you got to get these three guys playing better. God, I don't care if you had, no Walsh. I don't care if you had, Andy Reid or whatever coach or offensive coordinator. If the middle of your offensive line plays like that, it doesn't matter who your offensive coordinator is. Don't be a soft fan. John Dorn's in here making suggestions. How about Dan Skipper? Jamarco Jones out for the year. Dan Skipper's turning into the new Tom Kennedy. You just can't get rid of Skipper. That's I think that's three seasons in a row he didn't make the roster. Dan Skipper. Somehow you cannot unalive Dan Skipper. Somehow Dan Skipper always makes his way back onto the roster. So the Lions re-sign Dan Skipper back to the practice squad. And then Jamarco Jones, who made the roster, has a season-ending ankle injury, opening up the door for Dan Skipper to come back. Tight end 3. Look out. Here comes Skipper. Oh. Yeah, so am I worried about John Morton? I'm not worried about John Morton. I'm worried about Hank Fraley getting these offensive linemen ready. And I have confidence in that. That's why I'm not freaking out about this. Green Bay punched us in the mouth. What are you going to say? They punched us in the mouth. So, this is Steve, don't tell me what I need to do. We are thinking about the Bears right now. If you didn't just show up out of witness protection after 3 years of the Lions beating your ass, then you would know that. You would know if you showed up on time that I'm talking about the villain hit list. I'm talking about guys that need to be better in this Bears game. Who's on your hit list? Lion fan. If you're a Lion fan, who needs to do the most stepping up? And I know that sometimes the answer is so obvious. It's not like we have to debate what needs to be better on this Lions team. I have no doubt that our young players and these offensive linemen are going to play better in this Bears game. The Packer fans were loud, and I think it affected my young players. Tate Ratledge, his first game, was in the bee's nest in probably the most hostile environment that he's going to see all season long. Do you agree with that? Do you think that the Lions are going to go into another environment that's going to be more hostile than the Green Bay Packers in a division game a week after they signed one of the best defensive players in the league? Packer fans are fired up, man, and rightfully so. And if I've learned anything about getting too fired up, all last season we were on that flying high. It's a long season. And the Lions have a lot of good players. Like, I watched that game now 3 times. And I felt better every time looking at it when I separated myself from the emotion part of it. I think sometimes narratives get thrown out there, and sometimes it looks like it's sticking right to the narrative. And sometimes it's simpler than that. Offensively, it's simple. You got it. It's not easy, but it's simple. Those 3 guys got to play better in the middle. If those 3 guys play better in the middle, then it opens up everybody. You got the best skill players in the league. Amon-Ra, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery. There's not anything better than that, skill player-wise. So get your shit together in the middle, and the offense will be fine. I have no problem with the play calls. They were doing all that short shit. They were trying to get the Packers to sneak their defense up. We never earned the right to throw the ball downfield. You guys can debate me on that. I mean, let's see if we got any points in here. Baltimore will be more hostile. Okay, that's a good. There you go. Baltimore will be more hostile. I get you, and I think that's a very good one. I just don't agree with that. I mean, I think this was a unique situation for the Green Bay Packers in this game. Yeah. Oh, wow. Thank you for acknowledging that, Steve. I haven't seen you in 2 years. That's my point. Isn't that you whooped our ass? I showed up on Monday and let you guys browbeat me all day. I'm not gonna. I didn't throw anything back to you. I don't have any problem with that. I always take my medicine. I'm a man. I step up when it happens. I have a whole Overreaction Monday show dedicated to just letting you guys browbeat me. And it's okay that you don't. It's okay that you don't. We see it. I see it. You guys coming out of the woodwork like golems from Lord of the Rings. Welcome back to the real world, Steve. John Dorn, welcome back. Welcome back to the real world. It's okay. You got us. I'm not hiding behind it. You got us. But what I didn't see is you in here after we got you. You don't show up until after you win. I thought we were better friends than that. It doesn't matter how bad they played. I believe in the Lions, and they will be again. If you don't believe in the players, you don't believe in the players. See, what happens is you get overreactions after a loss, right? So everybody that didn't believe in what Brad Holmes did during the offseason, no, they're coming out of the woodworks. This is great for my page, by the way. I love it. I love the conversation of it. I love football season. I love good football. I mean, Sewell versus Parsons. I'm a football fan. I'm a football fan. And now, John Dorn, I never blocked you. I never blocked you, John Dorn. Never blocked you. That is a lie. I did not block you. You haven't been blocked. Here, I'll prove to you that I didn't block you. I didn't unblock you. And here you are. And here you are, John. Here you are. I didn't unblock you. I think that you blocked yourself into isolation in your room, crying underneath of a pillow because you couldn't handle the truth for 3 years. You couldn't handle the truth. And, you can say whatever you want. You make all the crying excuses that you want. I've been here 5 days a week during the season for the last 5 years. I've been here all of the time. Go back and check my comments. See if you were there. Nobody blocked you. Nobody blocked you. And the reason I know nobody blocked you is I didn't unblock you. So you want to hide behind the Mike excuse. Mike knows that he didn't block you. And I know that Mike didn't block you because I didn't unblock you. And here you are. And here you are. Steve says, I know damn well I was here. And you were there like a year ago. I haven't seen you. The real Steve ain't been real in I mean months. Maybe every once in a while. Man. Trying to give yourself a lot of credit there. Steve was real without typing anything. But here you guys are now. Now, Lion fan, are there any Lion fans that are picking up what I'm laying down right here? It's all good. I got to focus on Broski Bear. Broski Bear, my arch nemesis. Broski Bear is one of the real ones. Broski Bear, even as bad as the Bears have been, on all of my lives, you can count on Broski Bear to come in and talk a little bit of trash. I respect my enemies that are like that. The ones that stay in. And Steve, you can turn it around. John, you can turn it around. I like it. I like seeing you guys in here. Honestly. I like seeing some of the playful banter going back and forth. The Packers owned this series between the Lions and the Packers for years. And then the Lions owned it for a couple years. And now I feel like we're going to get back to a rivalry where it doesn't feel one-sided either way. Because I don't believe that the Lions will go out like punks in that second game, the one in Ford Field. You know that it's going to be great. And that's what the Bears are fighting for right now. Right now, the Bears don't have a great rivalry with anybody. They're a team that's fell from grace, a lot like the Lions did for 30 years. And they're trying to figure it out. They got Ben Johnson. They're trying to figure it out. And And Broski says the Lions are starting 0-3. And I'm going to say, I think the Bears are going to start 0-3. And that disappointed look that went across Ben Johnson's face is going to become a weekly thing. I mean, the Bears did not look good. They had a nice scripted first drive, and then they got figured out. They looked out of sync. Like half of the team doesn't understand when the offense is supposed to happen. I think the Lions just lost a game against the Packers where, it was just a stand-up street fight and they lost. They got their face caved in. More physical, but it wasn't like a bunch of procedural shit. Guys in the wrong spot, running to the wrong spot, quarterback not confident where anybody's running or what's happening with the offense. I think the Lions have a good advantage here. They haven't lost 2 games in a row in 3 years. And that's something that the players aren't going to take this. It's like we think we're being critical on the Lions right now, and we got some of the trolls in here being critical on the Lions, talking trash like Gollum from Lord of the Rings, out of the woodworks. And I'm hoping that I have some Lion fans in here that at least have my back on this, because right now it looks like y'all let Packer fans and Bear fans take over this chat. And all I can say to all of this stuff is it's a long season. Sewell got power slammed by Parsons, and Sewell power slammed Parsons. If you don't see how good that matchup is, and Parsons said the right stuff afterwards. He knows not to talk trash on Sewell. He ain't that stupid. That's going to be a 50-50 matchup probably for the rest of both of their careers. Iron sharpens iron. And Parsons did get the better of Sewell on a couple of those plays. But he did not own him the entire day. Don't lie to yourself like that. But if there's any Lion fans that are still out there, I did have a theme for today. And besides these 3 guys right in the middle of the offensive line, who needs to step up? Who needs to have a better day? Because I already know that these guys are going to have a better day against the Bears, just for the sheer fact that they're going to be able to hear the calls. There shouldn't be as many of the miscommunications this week just because we're playing at home. And I think that they need it. Because if they are going to go out on the road the following week against the Baltimore Ravens, they need to get it together. Defensively, on the villains hit list are Aiden Hutchinson and Davenport. Because on the defense, I'm actually impressed with the Lions' first and second down defense. It's the third down defense. The first and second down defense did their job that entire game. The entire game. They got to work on that third down defense. Because that's what you want. They forced Green Bay into a lot of third and long situations, and they executed and got it done. But when you force teams into third and long, well, that's the first thing that you want to do on defense, is you want to put defenses in, or offenses into third and long, to give your pass rushers the right to rush the passer. And they were doing that. The defense was doing their job in that way. So the defense needs to continue to do that against the Bears. Stop the run like they did against Green Bay. But then when you get that 3rd and 7, that 3rd and 9, 11, 3rd and 11, you got to get home. And that's on our best players. Hutchinson's got to be better. You got to get in. You got to get in. Davenport, you got to be better. By the way, Davenport made it through an entire game. So those are my hit lists. Who is your hit list? Let me know in the comments. Who's on your hit list? Guys that have to be better Sunday against the Chicago Bears. This is the Lion Villain Report. Brought to you by Fanatics.com. If you're rocking with the 313 and you bleed Honolulu blue, then you need to gear up like the real one over at our Fanatics, our official merch partner. I'm talking official Lions jerseys, blackout hoodies, throwback Tigers gear, WWE gear, Red Wings drip so icy it should come with a Zamboni. Here's what you do. You click that link in the description or hit that pinned comment. Use the special link, save up to 25% off of your order. Every link supports the channel, the page, and lets the world know that Detroit fans do it bigger. They do it better. And the Villain Squad don't do knockoffs. We do official. We do Fanatics. Get yours. Thank you, everybody, for being part of the Lion Villain Report. You can join me Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. talking NFL football. Congratulations to the Tigers for getting a victory on them Bronx Bombers. They kind of just let that one go. That was a crazy inning they had last night. They walked 4 guys. It was one of the most pathetic meltdowns of a bullpen I've ever seen. But long story short, Tigers win 12-2. One game closer to clinching that division. Casey Mize with an outing, bunch of strikeouts. Had a strong showing. They need another pitcher to step up. But Lions Villain Report, faith, family, and football. It's faith, family, and then football. Don't become a different person when the Lions lose. Use football. Don't let football use you. Thank you all for being part of the show. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord shine his face upon you. Until we meet again in Jesus' name. Amen. Tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., same place, same villain time. God bless you guys. Peace out.